What's up, party people? It's Friday. It is a huge weekend we have upon us. We have Apres at the Amp starting tonight. We have Taste of Vail, which is a food and wine festival. We have sunny skies, warm temperatures, ideal for spring in the Vail Valley. This is Vail Valley Live, and it starts right now.
Good morning. This is Heather Blackman coming to you live from West Vail in the beautiful Grand Hyatt Studios. A little warmer in here, but it is going to get nice today. So you already heard from Meredith, those sunny skies are already out. The weather is going to start to warm up, and we have a weekend full of events that you can enjoy all of the awesome temperatures that are headed our way. I think spring is actually here. We're going to have some nice warm temps. We have Leah in the studio, and yeah, lots to talk about today. So really excited to get things started. Make sure that you are getting out your pen and paper to make sure you can take notes from everything that's happening. Grab your warm cup of coffee or hot tea, and let's start with a little bit of weather reports that you kind of can see this beautiful weather that is coming our way. I am very excited for a little bit of warm to kind of follow this chilly start to the morning. So out in Beaver Creek, 15 degrees to start the day, 14 to start in Vail. But you look at those temps. By 11 a.m., we're already going to be in the 30s, and our high today around 48 degrees. So high 40s, maybe even 50s, depending on which weather you're looking at. So spring is here. And as we kind of look ahead for the rest of the week, we're going to see a very similar warming trend happening. High 40s again tomorrow. And look, the low's only going to be 23. So we are really starting to warm up. No snow in the foreseeable future, I think. But look, 50s on Sunday, 60s as we go into next week. So starting on Monday, low 60s, really almost going up to the mid 60s by Tuesday. So if you have been waiting for those sunny skies, warm temps, it is on the way. Just a couple of chilly mornings we've had. No new snow, so that's the downside of this warm temp, right? So for the next 5 days, it's definitely warming up. We're not going to see that snow coming in. We will probably see the snow soften, though, by midday each day, which is kind of where I look for at this time of year. But maybe a little bit out later in the forecast as we get towards next weekend. We'll see if that holds. But we're definitely heading for those nice sunny ski days where you don't necessarily have to layer up quite as much and you can just enjoy more of that spring vibe out on the slopes. So thanks to the Outlets of Silverthorne for sponsoring this first weather and mountain report. And yeah, I'm kind of excited about the weather as somebody who's a big powder person. This is when, though, everything starts to shift into spring, and I get to be excited about maybe having like the t-shirt on as you're heading to the slopes and enjoying some opera out on a deck somewhere. But let's bring in Meredith. Let's figure out how it actually feels out there. I think this is one of our last really chilly starts for at least a little bit. Meredith, how's it feel?
You know what? It's exciting in the air. It's a little bit brisk, but it's going to warm up today. We're finally seeing temperatures in the 50s and then 60s. I mean, this is what everyone's been craving. We've had such a beautiful season full of snow and
Yes.
cold weather, some of the best skiing in many years. And you'll hear that from the longtime locals here. So we're really grateful for that. But I think everyone could use a little bit extra vitamin D, a little bit warmer on the mountain. I mean, even just yesterday afternoon, it was really warm and the sun is, higher in the sky for the evenings. So I think it's good energy, good vibes. Spring is upon us.
Absolutely. And we have so many activities that are outside this weekend, so timing could not be better, right? So I know we've got at the AMP, we've got some music tonight that I know you're headed to. Tell us a little bit about what is going on. This is like your vibe of music from what I've learned.
Absolutely. I mean, we see a lot of rock bands and opera singers here, but to have EDM, to have some house music, just these popular artists. I mean, huge names. Polo and Pan, they're a Parisian duo, and they're going to be headlining tonight at Opera at the Amp. And this is the earliest the Amp has opened. I mean, and it is a snowy scene. They are working really hard over at that amphitheater because it is an indoor-outdoor situation. So you'll see even there, and I think we have some video footage of them clearing out the snow. It's been fully in winter mode. We haven't seen a show this early inside the amphitheater. So the crews over there have been working hard to clear out the snow, and this venue can fit over 2,000 people. So definitely a lot more than the Villar Center, and they've had such a great season of performances. But we're ready to bring it outdoors. And so everything kicks off tonight, 5:30. There'll be 3 different performances. Hazy, Lewis of Man, and then Polo and Pan. And this Parisian duo is gonna rock the house. They'll take the stage at 8:30 tonight. But do dress warm. Wear your snow pants. I mean, it's Apres at the Amp, so just continue wearing those snow clothes because it's gonna be chilly. Those warm temperatures won't stay after the sun goes down. So just wear your winter festival gear, bright colors. It's just a good time to party and celebrate the awesome winter season that we've had.
I think that's a great reminder, though, because it is going to get so nice and warm today. Don't be lulled into, taking off too much, because as soon as then the clouds, or not the clouds come in, but like the sun starts to go down, you're right, we have such a huge shift this time of year, and it'll start to get chilly again. And, dancing around probably to the show will also help to keep everybody a little bit warmer, but I think that's a great piece of advice. Snow pants, wear all the fun stuff. I think there's plenty of fun things you could wear that just add a little extra heat.
Definitely, yeah. And then if you can't make tonight, there's a whole nother show for you tomorrow. And this is going to be also awesome. So the big names coming tomorrow is DJ Pee-wee, a.k.a. Anderson .Paak. He is major in the music world. He's going to be doing a vinyl set. So he's going to kind of be under his DJ name. So I'm sure he's going to be playing many other classics other than his great songs. I'm really interested to see what kind of set this is going to be. I'm sure it's not just going to be his music. So everyone will be dancing and having a good time. And then Big Gigantic will take the stage. And they definitely know how to get down. They know how to do the light show. I mean, it's a fun time. They normally sell out Red Rocks. So this should be a really fun time. Bring in a unique young crowd. I think there's tickets still to both shows. So you can purchase tickets right there on that website, grfa.com. But also you can, this is a sneak, like a tip, and Trisha Swenson was the one that told me, and I'm actually going to do this later today. So if you do go to the box office in person, you're going to avoid some of those ticketing fees, which I think everyone would appreciate. So, yeah, it's going to be more like $90 instead of like $115. So saving $20. that's a drink later on today.
Completely. And I was just checking. You're right. Tickets definitely for tonight. So you still have time to join this one. And I think it's going to be really cool. Seeing those pictures of all the snow when I'm used to going to the AMP in like the summer where you have your picnic blankets set out. Kind of cool to see the difference that these outdoor venues and how they're still going to make it ready. I'm sure it's going to look completely different than that reel when you guys get there tonight because they do a great job with that.
Definitely, yeah. Shout out to the Vail Valley Foundation who manages this venue and everyone that works at the amphitheater. Everyone's excited for these shows, so hopefully we'll see you there. I'm going to both nights. Luckily, I got tomorrow morning covered, so I'm already in the party vibe. I'm drinking my Celsius. I'm ready. Let's go.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So much going on this weekend. Why don't we head to a commercial break, but then we'll come back and we'll start to talk about all of the other things that we have. It is a packed schedule, guys, so make sure you join us back here. We'll be right back with more Vail Valley Live.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here to share with you an amazing place called the Colorado Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and towns and things to do right here while you're in Summit County and visiting the outlets at Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous discounts and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray of course right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we do.
At My Future Pathways, our mission is to be the helping hand that enriches and elevates the lives of youth and families of our valley so they can reach their full potential. Through our holistic approach, our tutoring service and programming strengthen our community, develop self-worth, create opportunities, and promote values. We are My Future Pathways.
Welcome back. We are going to dive into headlines, make sure that you know what's in the paper today. Remember, you can always pick up your copy at any of the free boxes that you're going to see all around town. It's a great way to keep up with what's happening, although being here is also a great way to keep up with what's happening. But let's take a look at the cover page. I loved this photo of the kids, and you guys can't see this headline, but I'm still going to read a little bit about it. The Eagle County High School kids actually prepared Shanghai braised pork belly for the Taste of Vail, which I thought was really neat. So they took a recipe, made it their own, and that's kind of what you're seeing in that shot there. Really neat way for them to kind of experience a little bit of how things work in the culinary industry. But the big headline is right above that, springing into climate action. Eagle County's municipalities, organizations, and businesses are teaming up to host 24 different events during the second annual Climate Action Week, and kind of continuing this on to page A2. This started actually in 2022, and this year from April 17th to the 26th, community members will be invited to participate in a variety of events, all with the goal of encouraging awareness and action steps for community-based solutions around climate change. So there's a whole calendar of events that you see over there on the right. Tons of stuff going down, so definitely grab your paper, check that out on A2 to learn a little bit more how to get involved. And then moving right over to the next page, Vail Resorts promotes Beaver Creek's Guerrero. VP and COO will take over as the SVP and COO of Vail Resorts Rocky Region on May 1st. So cool. She's moving on from her current role as the VP and Chief Operating Officer and joining the Executive Committee as the Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the Rockies region. She's going to start on May 1st, leading the corporation's 6 resorts in Colorado and Utah. Really exciting. I've seen her speak before. It seems like a really wonderful person, and really wishing her the best of luck as she moves into this new role. And on the next page, Vail cracks down on 31 non-compliant deed restrictions. So talking about lodging here, always a hot topic. And as the town of Vail seeks to address the local housing crisis by increasing the inventory of deed-restricted unit, it's also cracking down on those it found in violation during the annual compliance process. So during this most recent process, they found around 950 employee housing units had to submit proof that they're complying. And so this is really just that accountable. So you can read more about this on A4. Arts and entertainment, guys, this is a long section in the paper today. So this weekend picks with Trisha Swenson, one of our hosts here, main hosts here on Vail Valley Live. And she's covering everything from all of the Easter happenings, church services, the egg hunts, the Taste of Vail. There's stuff happening tonight through Saturday. Apres at the Amp, which we just talked about with Meredith. Starting to look at terrain closures. The Beav is closing on April 16th with Vail closing on the 23rd. So starting to look at how that shutdown is going to happen. Lots of stuff in her picks this week. So definitely check out this section for all the details, and then stick with us the rest of the show. I'll also walk you through a lot of those. And then there's a new distiller headed up to Gypsum. This is really cool. I had not heard about this before checking out the paper this morning. This is the distiller of the official gin of Red Rocks, and they're coming up from Denver, moving completely to Gypsum. So this is an award-winning archetype distillery. It's going to move from South Broadway in Denver to the Rocky Mountain Commercial Park in Gypsum. It's a new development near the Eagle County Regional Airport here. And so they're coming all the way up. They're going to be opening a tasting room in Vail, it sounds like. So you can read more about this. Really fun to see a new distiller coming to the area. And then wrapping up here with Vail Live and Town Talk. Love this section. Look, you could be featured on the show and also in the Vail Daily. So just hashtag Vail Live as you post your photos of doing just fun, exciting things around the area. And that will help you to get there. That dog over there is just killing me. He is having a lot of fun. My dog does this too. She's enjoying all of the sun as we kind of make this spring transition. And then down below, if you've got a birthday, like Tommy becoming a teenager, or just something else you want to announce, like that adopt a Day today in Edwards. I've got to stay away. I love dogs. I probably don't need any more. But you just email a photo in with a caption to towntalk@vaildaily.com, and that is how you can get featured in the paper. So tons of stuff. This is just a snippet, so make sure you grab your copy of the paper. Let's take it out and take a look at traffic. Roads were beautiful on my drive in. There's nothing on the roads anymore. Even the side streets are really starting to dry out. And that's what we're seeing on these cameras right here. So East Vail looks perfectly dry. Officers Gulch, maybe a tiny bit left on the sides, but things are looking nice and clear. So you never know. So, always still be cautious because we have had so many weather fluctuations this morning. Things could still find some icy patches, but things are drying out pretty nicely. So I think smooth drives, if you're coming up for the weekend, that should make it much easier. Always being aware of those exit ramps. That Vail Pass Summit one looks a little bit like it has some icy spots still, but much cleaner. Whenever we have these sunny days, I think this is going to just continue to dry out as we get through these warm times this week. So that is a look at our weather. Let's head back out to Meredith. So much happening. We want to fill you guys in on maybe some of the closings that are coming so you can start to plan what's not going to be open so that maybe you can hit them on a couple of last runs. So let's see where Meredith has headed to. Oh, Taste of Vail. I love that. Meredith,
I'm pretty sure the shadow is right in front of my face.
It is, but we still get the picture here.
But hey, this is a little Taste of Vail action.
Oh, I love that.
Here, I'll back it up. This is the start. So even before we talk about closings, we got to talk about the Taste of Vail because it's kicking off. It started on Wednesday, and everything is going to be really picking up today. We're seeing some of the creme de la creme events today, especially, including that mountaintop event where everyone will be trying the wine, trying the food at Eagle's Nest. I mean, You can't get better than that location.
Yeah, that's from 12 to 2:30 today. So if you've taken some time off work, this is the mountaintop tasting. Like Meredith said, Eagle's Nest. I think this is always a beautiful view. Even on a nice spring day, there's still plenty of snow up there. And so getting to taste a little bit. I believe this one is a rosé tasting, although it's not in my notes right here. And then tomorrow's the grand tasting. Have you been to any of the events this time around, Meredith?
No, my family is a huge fan of this event, and I know a lot of locals really love this event. It's been happening for over 30 years. And so there's so many different things you can get a part of. There's a festival pass that allows you to go to multiple of them, or you can just kind of buy here and there. There's a Pinot Noir tasting at 10 a.m. I mean, you wouldn't normally think to drink wine at 10, but these are just so fun. And then the Vail Village Taste of Wine is today too. So you're going to just see a lot of these tents set up. There'll be a DJ here also. And there's also a cool event happening at the Sebastian. We'll pull it up because there are so many different events. Yeah, so you can kind of break it down here and see just all of the events that are happening today. And there'll be also a special party at Two Arrows, Root and Flower. So there's really something for everyone. And even if you don't love wine, there's been some different tequila tastings. And then tomorrow too, there'll be a yoga to kick off everything too. So there is something for everyone. There's also a Sun Up wine dinner with Jesse Katz later on tonight. And yeah, that Kettle One vodka root and flower DJ party is happening from 3 to 5:30 tonight.
Yeah, and that yoga to start the day tomorrow, it's not even super early, 10 a.m. And I know Kate from Vail Valley Wellness is hosting that. So that should be a wonderful way to start the day. Then you can kind of start with that nice little healthy balance and then kind of move on to maybe some of those other events. And then the grand tasting tomorrow night at the Hive. This is kind of the peak event of the weekend. Tons of wine and lots of different tastes of the foods. You can try all the different local restaurants, live music. So like you said, there's something here for everybody. Lots of variety, so much going on. That is, I don't know, is that 10, 15 different events just in 2 days of the festival? That is a ton.
Yeah, I mean, it is true wine and food festival. It's a marathon. So at least if you're walking around the village, you'll see some of the happenings, especially that Vail Village Taste of Vail. And come take an awesome photo here with the wine spectator. And like I said too, a DJ will be playing right here on iBridge. He's actually my friend, DJ Rike. He plays these like jungle house vibe musics. It's pretty cool too. So I mean, like we said, it is a party weekend.
Yeah, tons happening. I love these food and wine events. This one I didn't end up being able to work into my schedule quite the way that I had hoped, but man, if you're visiting, this is the perfect weekend to visit. And if you're a local, just picking a couple of these different ones, perfect way to transition too into the spring with all of the events that tend to come with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'll make my way over and show some of the cool nightclubs, the Root and Flower and Two Arrows, because they're both going to be doing some cool DJ parties later today.
Absolutely. And hey, if you're skiing around all of this, just to kind of keep you apprised of as we start to ramp down, this weekend is your last chance to go over to Arrowhead and Bachelor Gulch. So that is a perfect maybe place to spend a little extra time if you haven't done that yet. I love to start my day at Arrowhead, especially living in Edwards. It's super quick. I can kind of start over there. So this is always a little bit sad as it starts to wind down. And then kind of looking ahead, we've got multiple closings on the 16th. Cascade will start to close. And so just making sure you're starting to kind of plan where those are going to be. This is a great place to park, right? This is where we host the show from in the studio at the Grand Hyatt Vail. You can park right here, head over the Cascade. And so you can do that until the 16th. And then Vail, the whole of Beaver Creek also closes that weekend, and then Vail, April 23rd. I cannot believe that we're already here. Like, I swear we were just in January, and now we're already in these kind of nice spring temperatures, and we're starting to talk about closing. That's just crazy to me.
It is crazy. It's a little bittersweet. I'm sad for season to be winding down, and Arrowhead Gulch should be closing. But I was saying it's a nice time to at least try to cross off some bucket lists. Like, been on over to Arrowhead. Maybe this weekend is your weekend to do so, and there'll be a pretty crazy party over at Bachelor Gulch since it's closing at the Ritz-Carlton. Normally every Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, Apres is a pretty wild time. They'll have a DJ, and people love spraying champagne over there. So I'm sure that'll be a big party.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe just to show a little bit more about what's coming up this weekend, we've got you and a couple of our other hosts on the weekly Mountain TV report. Let's check that out so that everybody can kind of see what we have happening.
Hey Mountain TV, it is your Vail and Beaver Creek update with Vail Valley Live. My name is Meredith Kirkman, and I'm reporting from our studio here at the Grand Hyatt Vail. It is a huge weekend coming up for the Vail Valley. Lots of spring events to look forward to, and some warmer temperatures and sunny skies. We'll start things off with Trisha Swenson. She's got the full rundown for the arts and entertainment.
That's right, Meredith. We have so many things going on and this busy weekend in April. For the first time ever, Apres at the Amp is happening. This is the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater, a venue typically known for all of its summer concerts, but they've cleared out the snow, they brought in the plows, and they're going to be inviting you to come out Friday and Saturday night for 2 different shows. On Friday, we're going to be having Polo and Pan. This French duo is just great. You're going to be dancing the chills away. It is going to be outdoors, so dress appropriately for it. Opening up for Polo and Pan, we'll have Lewis of Man, and we'll also have Hazy. Doors open at 4:30. Music starts at 5:30. Same thing goes for Saturday. Saturday, the headliner is Big Gigantic, and opening for him, DJ Pee-wee, also known as Anderson .Paak, and then Alana English will be kicking things off at 5:30. Tickets are still available. Go to grfavail.com for more details. And then also on Saturday night, it's the last opportunity to see the Yeti Hockey play a game at the Dobson Arena. This isn't on their regular schedule. This is a charity game. They're going to be playing the Colorado Warriors, which is a team that brings out wounded veterans and allows them to enjoy the sport of hockey, get out there and play. So the game will be benefiting the Colorado Warriors as well as Vail Mountaineer Youth Hockey Club. So it'll be a charity event. Tickets just $5 and $10. Starts around 7, goes to about 10. So head on over to the Dobson Arena if you haven't seen the Vail Yeti hockey team play this season. It's Easter this Sunday, and leading up to it, we have egg hunts up and down the valley. Take your pick for each town because they all start at 10 a.m. So Vail Village, Avon, and Gypsum will all be hosting egg hunts, fun and games, lots of eggs to be found, and photo opportunities with the Easter Bunny himself. Chasing rabbits, they're going to have their egg hunt on Sunday and their dinner. That'll start later in the afternoon, and then they've got a DJ playing from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. in case you want to take the party into the wee hours. Also this weekend, the Taste of Vail is back. It's been going on for 3 decades, and it brings wonderful wine and delicious food to the slopes and streets of Vail. Now on Friday, we'll have one of their signature events, the Mountaintop Tasting. This happens at the top of Eagle's Nest. They bring up all sorts of wines, and the restaurants bring up all of their delicious dishes, and you get to try it all on Friday from noon until 2:30. Then on Saturday, the big signature event will be over at the Hythe at a big ballroom. It's the Grand Tasting. So it's the creme de la creme. Some of the best wines will be brought out, and some of the best dishes will be brought out as well. In between, there's plenty of educational seminars, winemaker dinners. They even throw in a little bit of tequila and vodka in there to try as well. So don't miss it. Find out more at tasteofvail.com. That's a look at just some of the things going on during this busy Easter holiday weekend. Get out and enjoy.
So many fun things to look forward to this weekend, including some warmer temperatures and sunny skies. Ken Hovey is standing with us, and he's got your full weather and mountain report.
Hello mountain lovers, Ken Hovey for Vail Valley Live and Mountain Television, and this week I'm in Gypsum once again, where summer and springtime temperatures and conditions have returned, but that's not the case for Up Valley in Vail and Beaver Creek. I have your conditions and your snow report for you, as well as your forecast. Things are good. We had a lot of snow this week. We once again were in the double digits for both Vail and Beaver Creek, but we'll start things off in Vail. 4 inches in the past 24 hours since Tuesday morning into Wednesday. In the past 7 days, Vail has received 15 inches of additional snow, bringing their season total to 337 inches. They have a 74-inch base, which is a load of snow for this time of year. They're also 100% open, so plenty of time to get up there and make some turns and plenty of space to spread out. We'll head now over to Beaver Creek, where they have also had snow in the past 24 hours, picking up 3 inches since Tuesday morning. They've had 13 inches in the past 7 days and 321 inches for the season. They have a 58-inch settled base with 163 trails. There is a lot going on up here in the mountain. There's also plenty going on out to the west. I had the opportunity for you Moab lovers to head out to Utah for Jeep Week this week. It goes from Saturday until Sunday of next week, and Jeepers from all over the country are here. The weather is perfect and the terrain is awesome. You can find them online or just make the trek 3 hours out to the west and partake for yourself. It's really good out there. I want to dive into the weather forecast. It is cold today as I record this on Wednesday. It's expected to warm up, however, by this weekend, and you'll see that in just a moment. Today, we see kind of a transition. For Thursday, overnight lows still only 4 degrees, single digits, getting up to 31 during the daytime high. By Friday, it's 41 degrees, and then it's going to be in the 40s for Saturday and Sunday. A little bit cloudy. As we make our way though next week for Monday, it's not only going to be sunny, it's going to be 52 degrees. And then as we get into Tuesday, the overnight low is 29 degrees, which is warmer than our daytime high today. 53 is your expected high for Tuesday. So we're going to see a warming trend and we're going to see a lot of sunshine over the next week. We have plenty of snow. Now it's time to embrace springtime. Back to you in the studio.
Well, that wraps us up for your Vail and Beaver Creek update. If you want to learn even more, tune into our show Vail Valley Live every morning, 7:30 to 8:30. We go to Facebook, YouTube, and Outside TV Channel 17. It's going to be a great weekend here in the Valley, so get out and enjoy.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. Let's take another look at your weather and a little bit of the snow forecast, which doesn't have a ton of snow in it, but we do have some wonderful warming temperatures. So this Weather Mountain Report brought to you by the Grand Hyatt. Thank you for that, and thank you for this beautifully warm studio to help start to this day. So looking at the start, we start chilly today, but this is going to start to change as you're going to start to see in the forecast. 15 degrees this morning at Beaver Creek, 14 degrees at Vail. I think this is going to be one of our last really cold starts to the day, but look at that. We're going to hit by 11 a.m. We're going to be in the 30s, and our high for the day is high 40s, 48 degrees. So we are starting to make that turn. Going to see these warm temperatures, very sunny skies as you've seen outside with Meredith. And then looking ahead, we're going to see this trend just continue to get warmer and warmer. So high 40s again tomorrow. Look, we're starting in the 20s, which is wonderful to start the day. Sunday getting up into the low 50s. Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be in the 60s and lots of sun in the forecast. Maybe a little cloudier tomorrow, but then sun, sun, sun those next 3 days, which is just lovely. As we've been saying, just starting to really see these nice warmer temperatures, the blue skies, get a little extra vitamin D, just a wonderful kind of transition as we go into spring. The snow report is starting to look a little less snowy. So we have no snow in the forecast for the next week or so. Maybe we'll start to see just a few inches here and there next Friday and Saturday. That's still pretty far out, so that could certainly change, but I think spring is definitely the order of the day. Finding those warm temperatures to be our focus, heading maybe a little bit more on the groomers as we start to shift into this type of weather might be a good plan. So that is what we're looking at for the weather. Beautiful, wonderful, sunny, warming temperatures. I think that's the theme as we look at the whole next week. And remember, you can be watching us every morning so that you know all of these things. Every morning, 7:30 to 8:30, you can find us on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe while you're over there. Find us on Facebook, hit that like button. And on both of those platforms, make sure you check in with us. Say hi, let us know where you're watching from, any questions that you might have, and that way we can potentially feature you here, answer your questions live on the show. So let's take it back out to Meredith and talk a little bit about some of the events that are coming at Beaver Creek as we start to wrap up the winter here and then start to even look ahead a little bit into what's coming in the spring. Although, look, it looks pretty springy out there where you are in Vail right now, too.
Oh, yeah. The blue skies are the star of the day.
Absolutely. Like you said, I've been craving some extra blue skies, and I'm here for it. This is wonderful.
Definitely. Yeah, we deserve some blue skies and extra vitamin D, but I'm sure it's just as beautiful over in Beaver Creek as well.
Yeah, and so like we said, the Beaver Creek is going to start to close down in the next couple of weeks. Next weekend is the end of Beaver Creek. We talked about Bachelor Gulch and Arrowhead. That area is going to actually close this weekend, but there's still some events happening that we want to make sure we don't miss. The Wood Brothers are coming on the 14th, so before everything starts to shut down. They are dubbed the Masters of Soulful Folk. And so if you are looking for a nice music event at the Villar, I think this is basically the closer before we transition into summer, the 14th at 7 p.m. I think this is a great way. This is Chris and Oliver Wood, and they've been in the music industry for 15 years, and we've got a drummer, we've got a singer, it looks like a 3-person band, as you can see there. I haven't seen them personally, but this show is sold out, which means they must be really great way to close out the season with some fun music over at the Villar. I have been to a lot of events there this year. It's a wonderful spot. That is a nice, intimate theater, so always looking for anything that looks slightly interesting there is always a good plan. And we're starting to see some big events get announced at the Villar as we move into the summer. You'll see Lyle Lovett's coming at the end of June. We've got Toe the Wet Sprocket in June as well. So make sure you check out the website and look for all of the events. This will just continue to fill in, I know, as we get a little bit closer to the summer. But there's always something fun happening right underneath the ice skating rink at Beaver Creek Village, which is just a fun location. Surrounded by all those restaurants you can go to before or after. Kind of a fun way to spend the evening.
Absolutely. And next weekend is closing weekend at Beaver Creek. So it is always a good time to be on the mountain for closing day. It's such a good vibe. Everyone's just always so happy and dressed in fun costumes. If it's nice weather, I mean, when I was younger, I skied in my bikini. I think I might have had snow pants on, but it's a good time to just like do something fun on the mountain and celebrate it. And we're going to have good snow up until the closing. There's been a lot of talk. Are the mountains going to extend? And we really don't think they are going to extend at all. So it'll be closing weekend next weekend, Beaver Creek. And then that following weekend will be at Vail.
Absolutely. And like you said, break out the fun clothes. The weather is going to be really nice. I definitely have a favorite picture of me wearing kind of like running shorts and a tank top and a cowboy hat. Because when you're just on the greens, it's just kind of a fun way to celebrate and just make a really fun way to kind of close things out. And hey, we were already talking about summer stuff coming to Beaver Creek. There's a pretty packed schedule. So, as we're transitioning out, there's still so much to look forward to. I always think about Blues, Brews, and Barbecue at Beaver Creek as like the kickoff to summer. That's Memorial Weekend. It's one of the fun events I've been going to for many, many years. I don't know if that's one that you have attended as well, Meredith?
Absolutely. Yeah, it does kick off. I feel like that event and then the GoPro Mountain Games in Vail, both of those really just kick off the vibes for summer.
Yeah, so if you're looking for something to kind of start to mark your calendar and get excited about during this transition, that one is coming Memorial Weekend. There is blues, brews, and barbecue. So it's music. We've got a beer festival typically, and then a lot of barbecue. I know there's usually a competition, so it's kind of a fun mix of a lot of different things. And then you can even look further ahead, July 4th. This used to be one of the places I would go. I've been out of town a little bit for July 4th recently, but they have tons of music on that one as well. This is from a couple of years ago, but huge music stage. You can break out the picnic blanket. They usually have food vendors. So yeah, very different than what we've been seeing this winter, right? We're definitely a year-round destination, and it's a fun way to kind of celebrate the 4th of July here in the Valley. And then if you look even further out in September, we'll have Oktoberfest. So winter might be coming to an end, but we have so much to look forward to at Beaver Creek and all of the areas around the valley as we get into these warmer temperatures.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I wanted to show one thing before we toss to commercial. So right here is just kind of iconic. I'm right by the children's fountain. And this place is really going to be awesome later tonight. This is like the unofficial after party for the concert tonight at the Amp. And actually, it's my friend who's DJing. His name is Jake. And so it's going to be right here at Two Arrows. So this is Wall Street, they call this. And then right across from it, which is across from Vendettas, you'll find Root and Flower. And they're doing a whole event for the Taste of Vail. And those bars are like sisters. And they're owned by the same owner, and so they do really great craft cocktails, and they'll be doing an opera party later today 3 to 5. So those are two places that I would definitely highly suggest.
It is so funny to me because when I was there on Tuesday for the show, they were taking those pickaxes and giant shovels over to get the snow off of that road so that people could go enjoy it for this week. So just seeing the difference from Tuesday to Friday is just so crazy this time of year, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we're going to actually head over. Let's check out a little bit one of local doctors, Dr. Joseph, and we're going to learn a little bit about, or have one of those Ask the Doc sessions where we're looking at some questions that were submitted and learn a little bit about what we're supposed to do in those situations.
Dr. Terrell Joseph with Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, and I specialize in upper extremity and knee surgery, and today we're going to be talking about wrist injuries. So I'm going to reach in and pull out a question down in this boot. Can skiing make carpal tunnel worse? Skiing doesn't really make carpal tunnel worse. Carpal tunnel syndrome is a nerve compression. It's right here in this area of the wrist. Biking does make it worse with gripping and grasping like that. And most patients complain of numbness and tingling at night. Gripping a ski pole like that maybe could aggravate it, but that's not typical. How can you tell the difference between a wrist sprain and a broken wrist? So a couple of clues. Sprains don't typically make the wrist or any joint black and blue. That's always suspicious of a fracture, and that can be applied to anywhere, including the wrist. If you press on your bone and it hurts a lot, well, that's probably suspicion for a fracture. If you push on a joint, the joint is where the ligaments live. So you got a joint where the ligaments live, and then you have the bone, and that's the difference in our world. And again, that can be applied to everywhere in the body. So if you're hurting on your bone and you're black and blue, that's an x-ray. What are the most common wrist injuries you see during winter? By far, the most common wrist injury we see is what's called a distal radius fracture. So this is the radius bone right here. It twists like that, the radius of curvature. And when patients fall and land like that, the by far most common fracture is a distal radius fracture. And so even if it's a bad fracture and needs surgery, which we do all winter long, almost weekly, they do excellent. They tend to all heal, and the function is restored, and so it's a pretty good bone to break if you have to break a bone. How long is too long for a wrist to hurt? If a wrist is hurting for more than about 2 weeks, then you probably should have it looked at. Most ligament sprains in the body and in the wrist included will get significantly better or go away within about 2 weeks. If 2 weeks has gone by and the pain is the same, especially if you load up a joint or load up a bone and it creates increased pain, then we worry that there could be a fracture. Thanks for joining us at Vail Valley Live, Ask a Doctor.
Join us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and watch Vail Valley Latino. Our goal is to elevate the voices of the Latino community in the Eagle River Valley and provide a platform to speak with local businesses, organizations, entrepreneurs, creatives, and much more. Find the show on Facebook, YouTube, and Outside Television Channel 17. We are Vail Valley Latino.
Welcome back. All right, we're going to start to talk about all the Easter events that are happening this weekend. So let's bring in Meredith. I know she is in front of one of the restaurants that's going to be hosting a brunch. So let us check out where she is. There we go. Hi, Meredith. Cucina, did you know that we have one of the brunches there? I'm sure you did.
Yes, and I'm just looking at the menu, and I swear my stomach is starting to rumble. It looks so good. Like pretty much anything that you could crave for brunch, they have on their menu. So it's gonna be $85 for adults and $42 for kids. And it's nice because also you can have a discount here because it's at the Lodge of Vail. So if you have an Epic Pass, you can get a little discount. Nice. They also do a lot of live music. So it's always a good spot to consider. I kind of forget about this. So I'm right here, and it's right by Elway's too. And you'll probably remember the popcorn cart. So it's right across from the popcorn cart, right by the Gorsuch Ski Cafe. So just up past Wall Street, and I'm looking at Vendettas as well. So just to give you a little context, but they're going to be doing an awesome brunch that you can consider, and it's nice because you're so close to the slopes. So you could come here and then hit the slopes.
Absolutely. So I think their brunch is 7 a.m. to 1, and they're having live music during it as well. So from 10 to 1, they're also going to have that live music. So it sounds like a wonderful way to start Sunday. There's a ton of different brunches happening, which is so fun. It looks like we also have brunch at Creekside Grill from 9 to 3. So if you need a little bit later time, that might be a good one to check out. And then at the Grand Hyatt Vail, where I am here, and we'll show you guys a little bit more about this a little bit later, but also having an Easter brunch from 11:30 to 4. So kind of some different options depending on what time you're planning to eat on Sunday. A lot of choices to go from. I don't know, are you a big Easter brunch person? I feel like this is kind of brunch. It's bringing in spring. Like it always has that kind of vibe for me that feels really fun.
I'm always a brunch girly. I love it so much. So Easter brunch is awesome, and it's nice for someone else to do the cooking. But it's I'm also a fan of doing some cooking, either an Easter dinner or brunch at home too, which is always fun. But I think it's the right day to do a brunch, especially if you're visiting here with your family. Get fueled up and then have a great day on the hill.
Yeah. Couple other cool things that are happening around the weekend. So Saturday, tomorrow, Gypsum is having their spring extravaganza to go along with this. So from 10 to 12. And so this is for the kiddos for ages 0 to 10. This is at Town Hall Park and the Gypsum Library, and there's going to be egg hunts, there's going to be crafts in the library, you can get pictures with your favorite bunny, bouncies, which I think are probably those bouncy houses that always look really fun, and lots of different activities. And then the department there is kicking off their pancake breakfast starting at 10. And so there's their kind of breakfast brunch type of activity that you could do on Saturday before all those Sunday brunches that we just talked about. And looks like there's going to have separate hunts for ages 0 to 3 to 4 to 6, so the kids will be getting a basket. They'll have be able to go in groups of 10, and so that usually means that all the kids are going to be able to grab some really cool filled eggs. And it's going to continue to about noon or until all the eggs are gone, whichever goes first. So this would be a super fun thing. You saw in the kind of show earlier where Ken was down in Gypsum. It's definitely kind of a different weather down there. You know, it's not too far away from Vail. It's like, 30 minutes or so from Vail, but a little bit warmer. And especially with the weather we saw this weekend, I think this would be a beautiful way to spend with the family on Saturday morning.
Absolutely, yeah. I was actually just down in Gypsum yesterday working with the middle school, and it is different. It's definitely melted down there, and it's warming up. Their golf courses are looking better in shape than up here in the valley. Eagle Vale and Beaver Creek, they're still completely snowy. So keep that in mind if you're looking for those more summery activities. Down West is getting a little bit more equipped for that. But another egg hunt that's happening is at Nottingham Lake at 10 a.m. as well. And so just all different egg hunts according to where you are. So in Avon, there'll be one. There'll be some around here in Vail Village. So it's always fun for those kids to go on the annual Easter egg hunt on Easter.
Yeah, absolutely. If the brunches were more your speed, let's talk a little bit more about what's happening here at the Hyatt around our Easter activities. I think we have an interview with Carrie Clay, so let's check that out.
Mm-hmm.
We're here at the Gessner Restaurant at the Grand Hyatt Vail. Joining me now, we have Carrie Clay, and she is their food and beverage director, and she's got some Easter happenings that she wants to tell us about. And Easter brunch is such a tradition, and you're doing a great job of having it timed well enough that we can either ski before or after. Tell us about this.
Well, what's better than brunch and ski and brunch? So we're gonna have Gessner's annual Easter buffet. It's going to go from 11:30 to 4 on Sunday, the 9th of April. Guests will be able to come in and make a choice. They can complimentary valet park, enjoy the mountain for a few hours, and then come down and enjoy our buffet, or vice versa. Eat some food and go burn it off afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a great buffet. Chefs put together a really wonderful menu for this year. I'm most excited for the carving station. It's going to have a choice of leg of lamb, ham, or you're going to have prime rib, which is always my personal favorite.
Yeah, kind of prime rib at Easter, or that ham is such a traditional thing. You're also gonna have anything from your grilled maki. We've got chicken and waffles.
Benedict.
I love the spring pea soup that's so, spring-like. And then anything from, the chilled fruit and berries. We love the pastries.
Of course.
And then your
the desserts.
Desserts, yes. Save room for those. Those are looking good.
Yeah.
All sorts of homemade goodies.
It'll be $90 for the buffet. One of the things that I am also very excited for is the bottomless mimosas and sangria.
Oh, yeah, we're bringing these in. Okay, look at these. So this is nice. Just for $20 more, you can have these. Limitless.
Right, I know. And they're gonna have their own buffet area as well, so you can build your own. You can customize them. If you don't want a traditional mimosa, you can go more Bellini style. You can go poinsettia. We'll have white and red sangria as well. So for $20, have it all.
Yeah, I know. That's a great price to get a little alcoholic drink or a few of them for that price. And then also throughout the day, you're going to have many different events and activities.
We are. So from 11 and on, we'll start an Easter egg hunt for the toddlers. About 11:15, we'll do it for the kids. The Easter Bunny's going to make a 2-hour appearance throughout the day, wandering around, taking all the fun photos. We'll also have Andy Cipher, our local musician here, for about 3 hours to perform during that time. And he's such a great asset to the hotel, so we love having him here.
Okay, and then if you're going to ski all day, you can come to Apres Ski Easter.
There sure is. There will be an Apres special after Easter from 4 to 6 in our Fireside Lounge. We'll have food and drink specials during that time. Just such a great atmosphere, right? It's all about the family. How can you get together, sit back, relax, and enjoy?
Well, and especially the skiing is involved as well. So Tier 20 comes right down to the base of Grand Hyatt Vail. So complimentary valet parking, access to Tier 20. You're not worried about any parking in the village over the holiday weekend. So take advantage of this. How do we get reservations?
Reservations will be on opentable.com. You can just book through there. Large parties, we do require to call the hotel, so give us a call because we'd love to get you in.
Okay, perfect. All right, it's Easter Sunday. Brunch and ski and brunch, Apres, it's all here at Grand Hyatt Vail.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpack.org.
Welcome to Nap Harvest. We are showcasing healthy habits, and you can start right here feeding your family healthy organic vegetables and fruits that are seasonal and local. They're all the way from Arizona with our wonderful, beautiful citrus fruits that we sneak across the border for. But don't forget our nap mushrooms, grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are chock full of benefits for you. And then also the microgreens, also chock full of vitamins. Come see us at Nap Harvest in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road next to Color Coffee. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 4.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, keeping you active.
Well, if you have been waiting for summer temperatures, or at least spring temperatures and blue skies, you're going to like this weather report. Let's take one more look before we wrap up today. So it started a little chilly today. We're in the teens, 15 degrees at Beaver Creek and 14 at Vail. But look at that forecast as we get so much warmer. By 11 a.m., we're already going to be in the 30s, high 40s by the time we close out today with beautiful sunny skies. We've been seeing that outside with Meredith. It's a bluebird day, definitely by definition. And the good news just keeps happening as we start to look a little bit further into the week. Tomorrow, high 40s again. Lows only 23 tomorrow, so we're definitely starting to warm up even in the mornings. Sunday, 50s with the lows only 20 degrees. And look at that nice, beautiful sunny photo right next to that. So we're going to have sunny skies. And Monday and Tuesday, we're moving into the 60s, maybe a little bit chillier on Monday as we start the day, but going back into our 20s to start on Tuesday. So if you've been waiting for this springtime weather, it is on its way. That does mean that the snow has definitely started to slow down. So not a lot of snow in the forecast as we start to look ahead until maybe next weekend we'll get a little dusting on Friday and Saturday. Still a little ways out, but all that springtime snow, enjoying the softer weather as it warms up each day, the softer snow as it warms up each day. We may not be getting any more refills as much as we were just earlier this week, but we've got all those warm temperatures to help balance that out. So lots of fun to look forward to. Thanks to Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery for this weather and mountain report. Let's take it back out to Meredith. Let's check out where she is, hopefully up by the gondola. Let's see where things are looking like out there. Anybody in line, Meredith?
It's a small line. Yeah, people are excited to get on. Just a little, it'll be super short. Everything's about to open. We have some yellow jackets coming down, putting up some signs, keep it slow. Definitely want to play it safe on the mountain always. You want to ride another day. But, I mean, the star today is these blue skies.
Yes.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a groomer day, in my opinion. And you see all those groomed runs on the crawl at the bottom of the screen that's been going on through a lot of the show. That's where I would be headed today. And if you prefer it to be a little bit softer, just give it some time to warm up. You saw it's going to get into the 30s, even by 11. This would be a great afternoon to ski if you want those softer things. The snow will start to give a little bit more, and it starts to feel a little bit nice on the groomers, at least from my opinion. Some people, if you want to go fast, right now would be great to go really fast. So
yeah, I'm actually going to be heading up there in the afternoon, and my friend's doing a big picnic. I mean, it's the perfect day to do a picnic on the mountain. And so I'm not sure exactly what deck she's going to pick, but if I were to pick, I would do Bell's Camp, because Blue Sky Basin's closing this weekend. So it's the last opportunity to ski Blue Sky. So definitely get up there. I would head straight there, because it does take a little bit of time to get over to Blue Sky, and it closes the earliest. It closes at 2:30. The front side of the mountain closes at 4, so you'll have plenty of time. And the lift opens at 8:30. They just opened the lift, so it's gonna be a great day on the hill. Also, the other things that are ending this weekend are those free tours that happen.
Oh, yes.
They don't happen on Saturdays, but there's every day except Saturdays, there's free tours that you can be guided along Vail Mountain and kind of learn your way around the mountain if it's your first time coming here. And then there's the snowshoe tours that are also coming to the end. So make sure to add them to your bucket list if you've been wanting to do them, because it is your last time to do so.
Absolutely. Well, wow, this has been a great show. We have covered a ton of stuff. I hope you guys have a full list of things you want to see this weekend, whether it was the music or the Easter egg hunts or the brunch. I mean, we covered so many different things. I think it's going to be a packed, warm, sunny, beautiful weekend that I am very excited about. So thank you, Meredith, for being out there and showing us around and all the places that we want to be for the weekend. Remember, you can always watch us every morning, 7:30 to 8:30, or really any time after that as well if you missed us live. Facebook, on YouTube, Outside TV, Channel 17. And be part of the show. Make sure you always chat in. Let us know where you're watching from. Any questions you have, we'd love to see you there. And we'll be back again tomorrow, 7:30, to tell you even more about what's happening. Have a great rest of your day.